Imagine standing just a few steps away from the highest peak in an entire country. The air is freezing, the darkness is absolute, and time is slowly stealing your breath. And the one person who was supposed to protect you decides to leave you behind. Welcome, dear listeners, to a new episode of our podcast, a place where we don't simply tell stories, but open real files. Stories that truly happened and left behind questions that refuse to die. Before we begin, don't forget to support the channel by subscribing and turning on notifications. And tell us in the comments, do you believe some decisions can never be justified, no matter the circumstances? Now, take a deep breath and let us begin this story. A story written on ice and ended in unbearable silence. On a brutally cold winter night, Kerstin Gortner, a 33-year-old woman, set out to climb Grossglockner, the highest mountain in Austria. Kerstin loved winter. She described herself as a child of ice and saw the mountains as a refuge for the soul before they were ever a challenge to the body. Accompanying her on that journey was her boyfriend, Thomas Plamberger, a professional and far more experienced mountaineer. He was the one who planned the expedition, the one who chose the timing, despite knowing that Kerstin lacked the experience required to face such a deadly winter ascent. Temperatures dropped well below zero to around 4 degrees Fahrenheit below freezing. The wind was relentless and darkness swallowed everything. At 8:50 p.m., the couple became stranded on the mountain. Time passed. The cold crept into their bones, and strength faded with every step. At 10:50 p.m., a police helicopter flew nearby, a clear chance for rescue, yet no distress signal was sent, and no call for help was made. As the hours dragged on, Kerstin's body began to give in. Severe exhaustion, acute hypothermia, confusion, and an inability to continue. Then at around 2 a.m., everything changed. Thomas made his decision. He left her there, just 50 meters below the summit cross, alone, unprotected, in one of the coldest nights imaginable. He did not cover her with the available emergency thermal blankets. He did not stay by her side. About half an hour later, he walked away. At 2:30 a.m., surveillance cameras captured him descending the mountain alone, while Kerstin remained near the summit, so close to the peak and so far from life. He contacted emergency services at 1:35 a.m., then placed his phone on silent mode. He called again at 3:30 a.m., but by then the cold had already spoken. On the morning of January 19, Kerstin Gortner was found frozen to death, less than 150 feet from the summit. Kerstin did not die from the cold alone. She died because she was left behind, left in a moment where staying together meant the difference between life and death. This story reminds us that experience is not just strength, it is responsibility, and walking a dangerous path with someone means never leaving them behind, no matter the cost. We may never know what went through her mind in her final moments, but one truth remains. Sometimes silence is colder than the ice itself. Thank you for listening until the end. If this story touched you, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to support this channel and help us continue telling stories that should never be forgotten. Until we meet again, remember this: never leave anyone behind, especially in the coldest moments.